Good morning, Laurie Cotton here. Just want to show you one option if you're still trying to figure out what kind of attendance taking method might work for you. This is something we've been trying for a couple of days and it seems to be working out pretty well. These are Schoology assessments. There's a test and quiz tool and there's an assessment tool, and I haven't used the assessment tool before this year, so I was learning how to use it. Why would you want to do it this way? Let me show you what the teacher gets afterwards. So if I click on this attendance quiz or attendance assessment from Tuesday, and then instead of by question, if I click on by student, then I can see what time each of my students took the attendance assessment. So they're all time stamped, and I can look through and see if any of them were late. In our Google Meet, I said open up another tab and go take your Schoology assessment, or your Schoology attendance quiz. So it took them a minute and a half, and then they were right back to our Google Meet. I like that it creates a time-stamped and dated record on the district server of the students interacting with the district's learning platform. Also, it's convenient for PowerSchool because I'm looking at, so this was my 5th bill class, and in this dropdown, I can quickly see that there were 2 students who did not take their attendance quiz. And so if I filter by them, I can see who those 2 students were. Now, one of these students was just moved into the class after Tuesday, which explains that. Actually, both of them were just moved in. If I look at our 7th bell, we have one here that wasn't there. And I think she has a schedule change coming as well. So it's really quick and easy to see which people I need to mark absent in PowerSchool. The whole process took maybe 2 minutes. I had the students do it during class, and then I looked at it afterwards and marked them in PowerSchool. Another way that, if I go back to our course, another way that you can see it, or that you could see like a cumulative record kind of easily, is if you look in your gradebook, because this is set up as an assessment. It's an assessment that's worth 0 points, but it is set up, and so I can see it in the gradebook. If I go to the gradebook, and once it loads here, I'll filter by the type of assignment it is. So it's in my attendance category. And then it grades itself. So the little icons show me that they took it, and the number showed me their score. It was a 1-question quiz, and there was only one possible answer. So as long as they clicked it and submitted, then it scored itself immediately. So this is another way to visually see which students did not get that quiz in during the allotted time. Okay, so if that seems like something that would be useful to you, here's how you can get them. If you go to resources, and then group, and Walnut Hills, Future of Schools, attendance quizzes. And this one right here is just a single day attendance date and date. The question is in there. It's just kind of a prompt to have you create the day and the date. I've also put a folder out there with this week and next week. If I keep using them for my class, I'll keep dropping a copy out there. If not, you can always use whichever ones are here and just copy them, change the dates. So if I go to this week's folder, and I need them for Thursday, so I'll click on this Thursday, 8/27, and say add to course. And you could take a whole folder at a time. You could take the entire folder for the week, add it to your course, and it would be there. It wouldn't quite be ready, but it would be very close. I'll explain that in a moment. So I need to add this to my engineering course and my pre-calculus course. And you don't have to put it in a folder, but I have an attendance folder, so I'm going to. And I'm setting the due date on this for today at 3 o'clock. And then same thing in my other course, attendance, today, 3 o'clock. Now add those. And then if I go to one of my courses and back to the attendance folder, now I have an attendance item for Thursday, 8/27. Now there's one really important thing you have to do or it will not work. If we go to edit, and it's a good thing, it's a good protection. Since these are assessments, they are not going to automatically start accepting submissions. So as you are adding an assessment, whether it's an attendance quiz or an actual real quiz, if the moment that you put it out there, you don't necessarily want students to start opening it and going through your questions. So they come in automatically as disabled. So you have to enable submissions. Now today is Thursday, so I'm not going to see my 5th bell or my 7th bell. I'm only going to see my 6th bell. So for my 6th bell, I need to enable submissions. I can just say enable and then it will be available. So if I say enable, kids can get to it right now. And if I am fine with that, then that's all I have to do. If I say enable and I don't publish it, then they can't see it. So they might be able to get to it if they could find a way to see it, but I don't think that that works. But you could just publish it at your class time. What I prefer to do so that I don't forget about it later is to take the extra step and say enable from until. So if I enable it from today, and I put in the times that are only during our class, so from 11:50, oh, that's not the right one, 1:30 to 3. So now they will know that it exists because I have it published, but if they try and click on it now, it will tell them this item will not open until 1:30 p.m. on today's date, or it will be open from 1:30 until 3. If you don't want them to see it at all, again, you can click the unpublish. I'm pretty sure that prevents them from seeing its existence anywhere. If it's published, then it does show up in their list of assignments, so they know it's coming, but they can't get to it. So if we say save changes, and then this is what it would look like for them. This first screen is the teacher interface. They're not going to see this screen. So this is what I showed you a moment ago. After someone has taken the question, then I'll be able to see their reporting on it, but we'll click preview. And this is what it looks like for them. So they'll click start new attempt. And they're saying, I'm here. They click review and they click finish, and that's it. And it'll show on their end that they've completed the quiz, and their responses will start showing in yours as soon as you decide to go look at them. So again, those are out in resources, group, Walnut Hills Future of Schools. It's just there as an option. It seems to be working pretty well for me. So good luck to everybody figuring out what works well for you.